Hello everyone, Christine here. I realize it's been a minute. Welcome to June, and I'm back making videos on some of my kits. I've been making kits, but I just have not had time to film them. It's been crazy good, and I'm finally getting everything a little bit back under control. So I hope you had a great Memorial Day. For those of you in the US, that was last week, I think, or it could have been a month ago. I don't remember. But so today, what I want to show you is this kit and how it goes together. And it's a super versatile kit. And you can see it's among my favorite subject matters, birds. And there's a bird on every tag. And the special things about these tags is they each have at least 3 pockets, but could have 4 if you leave the top open. And they all go together, printed on one side of the page. So I'll show you all about that in a second, but I want to show you some of the features. Okay, so if we take everything out of here, a little bit long tag there. So I decorated these. I did some collage on these. These are elements that actually do come in the kit, and I just took some out and showed you some possibilities. And that's what this video is really about, the possibilities, because it's your creativity that we're trying to inspire here. So I'm giving you a foundation, and then you of course are going to take it and do with it what you will. So there's a 3-pocket tag, or you can choose to have a 4th pocket, and little things go in. So you put this guy in here. This guy's a little taller. This guy's super tall to go in the back, and then something else can go in there. Here, I'll just borrow this one. You know, it's another little item, a little bit could happen in there. Okay, so the things that are fun about this, besides that it's just really adorable Victorian art, and I love it. Here you can see I put a photo in. There's a photo that was cut round. These are ticket little things that were collaged on, and you could put them into your journal a gazillion ways, obviously. Let's just see. Let's pick here. Okay, so we could tuck them in. Just tuck them in a pocket. We could tuck them in a tuck spot. And we could also, let's take this one. So this one has, all these pockets, or if you prefer, you could glue it right into your journal simply by putting a little flap here. Oh, it goes this way. And gluing it in. So then it would open this way. And then you could even, so in the case of this one, this little tag, let me turn this right side up and show you, this little tag could go in here completely, or how I've done it is I put just the back in, so it's like a little journaling spot and has a little bit more dimension and layers on this side. But now if you were gluing this in, you could always put in a tag this way, and then it reads right side up. Now the number 64 doesn't, but that's okay, that's pretty graphic. So then you would just glue this in, and you would have a flipping tag. Okay, so I think you get the main idea. I'm gonna empty these out so you can see that they are all beautiful on their own without even any bits. So here's another little whale tab that I added. This one I added a grommet. So you can see, even if you just left them plain, they're very, very pretty. They just exude prettiness. So here too. So this is how it gets put together, and that's what you see. And then this was added, so this is what you'd see. So the beauty of this, again, you know me, I love to fold paper. So I designed a design that allows you to print all like this and create, which one of you are these? This one? No. I think you're this one. Yes. And create this. So this, oh, clearly I changed the back. This creates this. So you can see this is here. This is here. This would be here. So this is not the same one. Okay, well you get the idea. Let me find one that actually is. Okay, this one. So here you can see the different elements of this tag. Flowers on the back, This is the pocket that winds up wrapping around, and then birds, and then this color, and then here is here. So you can see that's how they work. And when you're done, very quickly score, cut, a little bit of glue, and you've already got the tag. It's got 4 built-in pockets or 3 built-in pockets, and then it's your choice to decide if you want to leave this top one as an additional pocket or actually use it as a tag. So, how do we do this, you ask? Well, let me tell you. It's super easy, as always. And I just need to find my knife. All right, so arranging the tags themselves and cutting them out. Of course, you know we're going to score here because I put score lines for you. Just a light scrape of the back of the knife, or you can use any scoring mechanism you prefer. And you might as well go down and score this whole thing just because it's easier, even though we're going to cut part of this away. Okay, so scoring is done. Now we cut them out. So now it's just a matter of going along the outside. So we can just take this whole part off. Unnecessary. Also, I'll mention now, because I could have mentioned it earlier, all of the actual pockets. Where did I put them? Here. All of the actual pockets are made out of 32-pound HP Premium. I've done it on cardstock, but cardstock is actually overkill since the paper gets folded over upon itself so many times. It's very sturdy. It's certainly sturdy enough for a pocket. And then once you put the ephemera in and the embellishments, it gets even sturdier. So I found that using paper was actually the best choice, which is nice because it's, you know, it's nice to use up some paper. All right, so now we have to trim to here, and we need to cut this out. Cut out this corner. And I go pretty close to the patterns. Sorry, sometimes with this light I can't actually see. There we go. Now we need 2 more cuts. This flap one over here, that makes 1 pocket. And then we have to cut this right there. You can see where the design meet, where the bird and the, in this case, ledger sheet. Here there's the bird and the plaid. You want to cut along just that line. So you're going to go from that corner to that crease, or that fold area. I realize this one's trickier to see because the colors are similar. Maybe I'll stick a dashed line on that before I release it. We'll see. I hope to release it today. So then you just go right to the end. Okay, so now you see this is flat. So now this is the easy part too. You want to take this first and you're going to fold it over. And it goes right, it folds right on the score line because we've scored. Now we do typically have to trim this flap a little bit because we're taking up paper when we fold. So I left it long. These 2 might need trimming. See that? So now I'm going to take this. Just going to take the tiniest bit off. It doesn't take much. That looks good. There we go. Okay. So now I'm folding everything first just to get it into its own places. You know, because this might need trimming when it meets this fold. We'll see. So you see there? Yeah, so there's resistance. And if there's resistance, you want to trim. And again, you just want to take the tiniest little bit off. It's easier to do it this way than had I tried to make allowances for the fold. That one, I think I'm a little big up there still. Okay, no, that looks okay. All right, so there. Yeah, a little bit tight here still. Again, if there's any resistance, just trim it. There we go. All right, so then I was a little more aggressive than I needed to be, but you get the point. And there is going to be leftover on here. And again, I left that so that you'd have enough room to adjust for how you folded. There. Okay. So now, of course, we would ink, which I'm going to do. So you'll have to bear with me, because when this is done, I know I'm going to like it, and I'm going to wish it were inked. So I'm just going to do these areas where they'd be hard to get to later. Okay, now, simple, simple, simple. That's how we like it. Let's do, we want to glue this. Okay, so now you need to make a decision, sorry. If you leave this flap glued, unglued, and glued maybe only this side, it does become another pocket. Voila. So you could take one of these things and stick it in here, okay? If you glue it shut, it acts more like a tag. So this one I'm just going to glue shut. I don't need another pocket there. So I'm going to, if I were going to use it as a pocket as well, I would just glue along this edge a little bit. But I'm going to close it up. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Then all you have to do is go with glue. I'm sorry, this way has to go first. So you want to glue that edge, and you don't even need to glue that edge since it gets tucked in by this edge. Sorry. What you do need to do is this whole edge. I was right. So you want to do the whole bottom and this side. And then that goes like that. And likewise. So then you just fold it up over and over. And I usually give this a little tug. And then I'm going to trim it again because I tugged it a little tighter because I could. So now I'm just going to trim this. There. It's a beautiful thing. And then, of course, we have to round the edges because life is better in my world when edges aren't sharp. There we go. That's how simple it is. So now you can decide how you want to decorate it, whether you want to put a slot and a ribbon, or a grommet and a bow, or nothing at all. Maybe you want to just leave it this way. And then you could begin decorating. So everything, like I said, it's color coordinated. Everything is mix and match. You do it how you like it. Let's put something back here. Okay. See? So you get the main idea. So that's all there is to it. And you get these 5 very different bird pocket tags. And talking a little bit about the ephemera that comes with it, you get, you know, all these little goody tidbits. And like this was just a circle popped out of that. The whale tail tag was just a circle. If anyone needs an instruction on how to do that, I will do it right now. Let me grab my, is this the one? Yeah. I need to cut this, further this in so that my little chomper here can get to it. So what I normally do is just kind of find the place where you want it to be. I actually want it to be here. So, you know, Christine, she's going to center and things and make them straight, even though it doesn't matter because it's going to get folded. But she's going to do it anyway. So now we just fold it in half, like so. Then we take a smaller punch, like so. And all I do is looking into here, take the corner, and I just line it up with the center. And it's a circle, so it really, the center is the center, so anything close is going to give you a good result. You don't have to measure, you don't have to do anything. Just get it close to in the center. And there we go. So that's how easy that is. And then this could get just glued. Where's my new one that I just made? Oh, it's here. Then this could get glued to here and make for a charming little tab, which also could then get grommeted. So let's do that. That's pretty. So that's one way to use some of the elements in the kit. And then you saw how I did. Let me put this down. Give me a second here. I can't talk and chew gum. Ew, talking and chewing gum. Well, if you stop chewing. All right, come on, stick. There we go. All right, so now we've got this really pretty little tab on the top, on each side, and we can go back and fill it up again. So that's what these things are for, just again to give you little tidbits that you can use. And then things like the photos, like if you wanted to use a photo like so. There are also two different sets of these, and they're used for different things. One of them is long and narrow, and would let you make a double-sided tag if you glued it together, or a journal space. And either way, it still just gets stuck in wherever you like it. Okay, so that's the narrow ones. Now I left these wider ones in case, as I showed you, in case you wanted to make a flapped one. There you go. Okay, so this can also be used for this kind of tab. See the difference? Let me show you the difference. There's a difference. Let me show it to you. Oh, I can't find it now. Did I do it? It's in one of these pockets somewhere. Okay, here it is. Okay, so the difference between this, creating this sort of tag here, or this basically created this sort of tag. See that? So I cut, fold it. So now this is at the top, at the folded area. This is at the top of the open area. Just a thing. I like variety. I like choice. I use them different ways. And then things like cutting the little photos in a circle, and that's a possibility. And then tucking them in. This little back pocket here is cute. So again, it's all about versatility. We're just trying to spark your imagination, but you can see how easy that goes together. I'm going to do one more for anyone who wants to stick around, but otherwise, there you go. All right, so I'm going to do make another one of these just for demonstration so that you can see really how easy it is. Here we go. First things first, we score. Today's townwide tag sale day in a neighboring town. So I think I'm gonna go. Trying to not spend money on stuff I don't need to own, but sometimes you come across, as you all know, some really great finds for your journals. So I've scored all of these using the back of the knife, and now I'm just going to cut this out. And I go around the whole outside first. It's just the way I do it. You can do it any way you like. One thing I'll mention now that I should have mentioned before is I did talk about how I do print these on 32-pound premium HP or HP premium, but the ephemera and the tidbits, these things I actually print on 110 index because having the sturdiness for those is good because they don't fold over on themselves as much, so you want a little bit more structure. And then we take this angle off. And we take this one off. Now we just have to slice from here. Let's put this way. From here to here. So that this flap is flappable and can be used to cover the other side so it all looks finished when we're done. So I usually just line it up with the corner and go right to the edge. That's it. Then we do the test fold. So we fold everything on the original scores, just to know where it has to end, even this little one. All right, so now here we know that we have to trim. That's always a given. You're going to have to trim that off a little bit. And I probably just took off more than I needed to, but it gets covered by the other one anyway, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so then the same is true of this one. Often needs just the slightest trim. So here I'm just going to use my little fancy knife and ruler action. Should be enough, we'll see. All right, so let's see, is that enough? Nope, there's still resistance. If you feel resistance when you fold this one over, trim it a little bit more. And just go at really tiny increments because it does not take much. Let's see, beautiful. And then the last one, I usually give it a little tug and then press it down. And then it's going to get trimmed over here. I can use scissors for this. It's easy. So we just trim up against here. And voila, there you have it. So now again, you have to decide, do you want this to be a pocket or do you want to glue it shut? The last one, I glued it shut. This one, I'll keep it open. So now we take the glue. So this one is going to come across here. Like so. These are going to close. So this we could just leave, but I'm going to, just to keep it in place, just give it a little glue. So I only glued this side, so it's still a pocket here, but it'll just keep it in place. And then you simply have to run glue the length of the bottom as close as you can to the edge on the first 3 panels, stopping here. And then you can go here. Oh, that wasn't very close, but close enough. Then this goes first. So that little bit of glue down here made this pocket. You could glue that, but it's unnecessary since it gets captured by that pocket. And then the last one, finally. Ta-da! All right, then we ink. Oh, nope, we should have inked already. So we're not inking this one, or we could. It's an easy inking, even assembled. But we do go and round corners, but if, obviously you don't have to. If you're a little squarer than me, it's all good. Ta-da! That's it. Again, they're really pretty on their own. Oh, we could do the thumb thing. I should have done that because I like that. Didn't do in this one either. This, okay, your choice. I don't put this in the designs so that you don't have to do it if you don't want to. If you want a straight pocket, that's fine. So now you have lots of options. You could put a little journaling in here. As you saw in the other one I did, I put a little tuck here so that it would stay closed. All of that is your imagination, your creativity. This one, you can see I did that. So that this goes in here and then that goes in there and then it stays. So these are just little pocket tags. I don't know what else to call them. I think they're called tuck and treasure tags. And there are a few sets and I hope you enjoy them. And I did try and come up with a way to do it with regular paper and measurements, but it got so tedious, like the measurements part, that I thought, and in order for it to be effective, I mean, the idea is that they're all complementary designs and colors and they go together, but they change so that you have a different pattern going all the way up. So you'd have to start with a regular piece of paper that had variation in it at least, and I didn't have anything that seemed worthwhile to do it with. So that's why I made these. There you have it. Have a great day. Wish me luck at the tag sale, and I'll see you next time. Go create, be awesome.